Christmas. We are very happy to have our Cedar Ridge Drama Club, a brand new drama club, perform for the first time for you today. And these students have been working very hard for the last 2 weeks. That's all we've been doing this. But we're going to tell you a story about someone named Ebenezer Scrooge. And Ebenezer Scrooge had to learn a lesson about compassion and about kindness. I know you will be a very good, quiet audience and give them your complete attention. Thank you, everyone.
And so, Cratchit went home. After a few hours, Scrooge closed his account books and proceeded home himself. When he got home, Scrooge climbed the steps to his bedroom, put on his nightcap and gown, and sat by his fire, where he soon fell asleep. he suddenly awoke to bells ringing and a loud wind blowing through his room. Then,
Who's making that noise?
Then the clock struck, and to his fright, Ebenezer Scrooge saw a strange ghost-like figure come through his bedroom door.
I must be dreaming.
No, Ebenezer, it wasn't a dream.
What for you?
I am the ghost of Christmas present, Ebenezer Scrooge. I have much to show you. Grab onto my robe. Hurry, cannot be late.
Ebenezer touched the hem of the Scrooge's robe. The bedroom vanished, and Scrooge found himself on a busy, snowy street. There were many people shopping for last-minute gifts, and the stores were still open. The bells from the church were striking, and everybody was attending church wearing their very best clothes. Everyone was so happy.
Everybody looks so happy.
Yes, they are. It's Christmas. What did you expect?
Do you mean they're all happy just because it's December 25th?
Yes, today can forget all problems and just enjoy being with the families. They enjoy food on the tables and the many blessings they receive.
Then the ghost took Scrooge to Walt Cratchit's house. There Scrooge saw Cratchit playing with his children, 2 girls and 2 boys.
Is this rich place where Cratchit lives?
Sadly, with his poor salary, this is all he can afford.
Then Mrs. Cratchit entered into the dining room, carrying a very small turkey on a very small platter.
They look so poor. Their clothes are so full.
Yes. But love is what you can feel here.
Walt Cratchit lifted the youngest boy from a chair in the corner and helped the child to the table. The boy was pale and thin and carried a crutch.
What's wrong with him? Why doesn't he walk?
He is very sick. His name is Tiny Tim. Yet his parents have no money for a doctor. Alas, perhaps he will die.
Die? What's going to happen to the boy? Tell me, is the child going to die?
I see an empty chair in the corner. If the future is not changed, then yes, he will most certainly die.
No!
What do you care anyways? Won't it diminish the world's population?
At that moment, Scrooge realized that those were his own words, and he felt sorry for himself and hung his head in shame. And then Scrooge heard his name.
Mr. Scrooge, thanks to Mr. Scrooge for having this Ha! I wish I could see him. They get my house silly. Come here. Not now. It's Christmas. Oh, husband, I do wish the old man had a merry one. And a happy new year. Let's all have a toast for this Christmas and for Mr. Scrooge. Merry Christmas.
Meanwhile, it was getting late. The ghost took Scrooge through many different places so he could see how people celebrated Christmas. Even the people who were poor were happy and enjoyed being together with family and friends. Then suddenly, without a warning, they stood in a room.
I know that house. It's my nephew, and he's having a party.
I said Christmas was only a lie!
That means that he should be ashamed.
He's still very funny, even if he's not a very pleasant person.
Didn't you tell us your uncle's very rich?
So what? His wealth is useless. He never spends enough money. He didn't come to eat with us because he was too busy counting his money. We'd rather be angry than have fun with us around the tribe.
What an old Scrooge he is.
They don't like it.
No, they most certainly don't, unless your future changes.
How can I change my future?
their journey, they visited many places. They traveled to faraway lands. They visited sick people who felt happy, poor people who felt rich, and shelters where people had hope.
It was a long night and everything happened in just one night. Then again, they arrived at a tiny house.
We've been here before.
Yes, it's the Cratchit's house.
The ghost took Scrooge into the bedroom. There were Mr. and Mrs. Bob Cratchit sitting beside Tiny Tim's bed. The child was very sick. Why are they crying? They were so happy before.
Oh, husband, what shall we do? You ask Mr. Scrooge for help?
He cannot help us. Perhaps his nephew will help.
What if no one helps, Father?
What if it's too late? What will we do without our tiny Tim? What, Father? What?
What? What is going to happen to the boy? Is he going to die? What must I do to help?
The ghost did not answer. Then everything turned dark, and Scrooge found himself in a foggy, cold place.
What? Where are we? Cemetery? Why did you take me here? Before I read this story, is this an image of what will be, or just an image of what can be?
Read the name engraved, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Reading his own name engraved in the stone, Scrooge fell to his knees. No, ghost! Please tell me I can change everything you have shown me. I will honor Christmas in my heart. Christmas Day! Christmas Day! Christmas Day!
And in his anguish, he reached for the ghost's hand. But when he awoke, Scrooge found himself in his own bed.
Christmas Day! Christmas Day! Christmas Day! It's Christmas Day! Oh, I feel like a child again. Oh, how I wish I was a child again. Hearing the church bell striking, Scrooge raced into the street where he saw a boy shouting, "It's Christmas, sir! It's Christmas morning!" Good! So I haven't missed it!
Then he pulled out a bag of money and tossed the coins to the child.
The turkey in the butcher shop window at the end of the street. Buy it, boy, and deliver it to Bob Cratchit's house.
What's up? This one is an ultimate money.
Keep the change, my boy, and hurry, the Cratchits are hungry.
Yes, sir.
And little boy,
Yes, sir.
have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, sir. You too, sir.
Then Scrooge headed to Cratchit's small house. Mrs. Cratchit opened the door and could not believe her eyes when she saw Mr. Scrooge standing before her.
Oh, my Mrs. Scrooge. What a wonderful surprise. Oh, thank you for this time.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Think nothing of it.
Mr. Scrooge, won't you come in?
Bob, you worked many years with a nary complaint. I am raising your salary as of today.
You are so generous. Thank you, sir.
And so it was that Mr. Scrooge did even more than what he said. He took care of Tiny Tim